This is one of the problems living in a van. That's making sure that everything is strapped down before going out for a drive. Because you never know when you're going to have to hit the brakes because of the moron in front of you. Yeah. Ah, God. Anyway, I'm at the parking lot of Home Depot. I'm going to get some rubber matting. We're going to be putting in the subfloor today. We're going to be working on it. We're going to be securing down these pieces of plywood. We've got a small piece here that we're going to be securing down first. All these boxes, this freaking mess that I've got to deal with, is going to all be moved to the back of the van. This air mattress gets deflated today. Like I said, we'll be working on this smaller piece of wood. Get out of my way. God damn it. Be working on this smaller piece of wood first. What a mess. And then we'll be putting in this larger, be moving everything up front again and working on the larger piece in the back here. And that video I shot 2 weeks ago, something like that, in lieu of a second shutdown that was coming. Needless to say, it didn't go well. The tools that I bought were crap. They didn't get the job done, and the fasteners I bought didn't seem to get the screws. I was using self-drilling, self-tapping screws. I didn't want to do the nuts and bolts because I didn't want to crawl underneath the van. I wanted to try and avoid that. But anyway, like I said, I brought the crappy tools back to Harbor Freight. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I can hear the, now, oh, you went to Harbor. No wonder you failed. You bought crap, Yeah, I know. So anyway, I have to do some research on fasteners, screws, self-tapping screws, self-drilling screws. I thought I knew something about them, but apparently either I'm using the wrong gauge or I'm just doing something wrong. But anyway, I got to look around for advice on the type of screws to use and a good drill. I got to find me a good half-inch drill. A couple of people said DeWalt. Another one said Milwaukee. I'm done with crap. Like I said, I took the tools back. I got my money back on them. I lost some money on the rubber matting. I mutilated that fucking thing. I couldn't get my money back on that. Yeah. And plus the fact the heat was killing me. It's like a sauna in that van. And I just, after about 15, 20 minutes of trying to figure out what I'm doing wrong, I couldn't think straight. The sweat was dripping down me, and I said, no, I got to wait, not only for this lockdown to end, but for the heat to end. And, I love the heat. I like warmer weather. I just don't like working in it, that's all. If I had to work in it all the time, I probably wouldn't like it so much. But speaking of lockdown, I know a lot of people are complaining. A lot of people got the cabin fever. The first time around, they got the cabin fever going. And this time, the second lockdown that they're doing now, week into it, everybody's complaining, and it's really starting to annoy me, people complaining. Really, and I'm going to tell you why. There's a few of you out there probably wondering where I've been for the last year. The summer of 2018 was supposed to be my summer. That was the plan. I watched 24 summers pass me by, taking care of aging, dying parents. And my father died in 95 at 63 years old. Most of my resources from that day on to 2018, when my mother finally died, was spent keeping my mother from losing the house and ending up on the street, making sure she had food on her table. And the last 24 years, I watched 24 summers pass me by. And last year was going to be my year. That was going to be the year I'm finally free. This is going to be the first day of the rest of my life. That was the video. Oh, and by the way, I'm a little upset about that last video that I did 12 months ago, the San Diego Zoo. 90% of the video I shot came out crap. What you had there in that video there was what I able to salvage. I'm new to this videography. I'm not a videographer. I'm into still photography. I'm barely good at that, So I said, I got a learning curve to work with. And I figured I had all summer to do it. I had so many plans. I had so many places I want to go. And then, shortly after a visit to the San Diego Zoo, and I uploaded that video, 2 workers quit on us. And I had to pick up the slack. Then, a couple of weeks after the 2 workers quit on us, my manager, she was out since June. My manager broke her wrist. Yeah, she was, I don't know, she was going across some kind of creek or something. She slipped and fell in the water and broke her wrist in 5 bones. She had a horrendous year. She broke 5 bones in her wrist. She had to have reconstructive surgery twice because the first time 1 bone didn't heal properly. They had to go in there and fix that. And then she had an allergic reaction to some medication that they gave her. She was in the hospital for a month. And then, shortly after that, she was on her way to physical therapy, and she ends up getting sideswiped. Her husband's SUV gets sideswiped by some idiot running a red light. And then, to top it all off, this is my favorite part. I mean, this woman had a horrendous year. But I had just this horrendous year. But this is my favorite part. A couple of weeks before she was coming back to work, she ended up walking over a hive of bees. I don't know. From the way that she was explaining the attack, it sounded like they were Africanized. I'm not sure. I'm telling everybody it sounds like they're Africanized, but it might have been just regular bees. I don't know. But anyway, she was attacked by bees. She had like 50 stingers around her eye. It was terrible. And she finally came back 1 week before the first shutdown. But from June until she came back, what was it, March, April, when was the shutdown? 10 months. For 10 months, I worked 7 days, 10, 12-hour shifts, double time, triple time, quadruple time. And during that time, another worker quit on us. I remember when she first broke her wrist. And they looked around, and the only one that was qualified to be manager was me. And they looked at me and they said, Dominic, you're in charge now. And the first words out of my mouth were, are you sure about that? Really? Are you sure about that? Because, I'll step up. But first I want to see if there's a hero in the room. Okay, if I'm at a bank and 3 armed men walk in looking to rob the place, okay? And they're yelling and screaming at everybody. I'm looking around for the hero. All right, where's the hero? Come on, step up. I got you back, okay? And when the hero doesn't show up, when the hero's nowhere to be found, it's like, I gotta do this. No, come on, please. So anyway, that was the end of the summer. And then this summer here is back, and we got a second shutdown. And I'm not winning. So all you people complaining about being locked down and not able to go anywhere, do me a favor, shut the fuck up. Because I've been locked down for 25 years. I've watched 25 summers pass me by. So please, just shut up about being locked down. For what? The first lockdown was what, like 2 months? The second lockdown is probably going to be another 2 months, 4 months. 4 months you're locked down. Talk to the hand. Talk to the hand. Talk to the hand. So anyway, this time around, the second shutdown, I'm hanging out in the back of the shop. The first time around, I could have done it too. I got a couple of cool bosses. They told me, Dominic, if you want, you can hang out in the shop. It's okay. Just in the back of the shop. Keep the back door closed so nobody sees you. I said, fine. But I balked on it. I ended up staying with some friends until I got the van. I was living in the Kia at the time, and I knew that there was no way I was going to make it through the lockdown living in that Kia. But it's a lot better in the van, even though it's not fixed up, not converted yet. It's tight, but not as tight as the Kia. And yeah, I bought the van during the first lockdown when I was staying with friends, and I had done what had to have done with it mechanically and some body work, and then as fast as I could, I moved into the van and moved out of my friend's house because I want to live by myself. I don't want to live with people anymore. And whether they're friends or family or roommates, I just don't want to live with people. I'm tired of jumping through hoops, of walking on eggs. I'm tired of sharing kitchens. I'm tired of sharing bathrooms. I want to be by myself for a while. I want to live by my own rules and not compromise to other people's rules. I just don't want to do it. It's not that I don't have the money to rent. That's another thing. I'm debt free now. I don't want to live paycheck to paycheck. It's beautiful living in this van. It's so liberating. I am no longer a slave to the credit unions, the banks. I owe nothing. My monthly bills are what, under $4.20 a month or something like that. I love it, but it sucks during a lockdown. So I'm staying in the back of the shop this time around and keeping the place clean. That was the fun. That was another thing. The first lockdown, like I said, I stayed with some friends, and the shop was closed for like about 2 months, and then finally, about a week before we were going to reopen, I came walking into the shop. The first time in 2 months it was closed, and it was filled with bugs and cobwebs. I walked into a wall of cobwebs with a freaking two daddy long leg spiders crawling all over me. Oh, jeez. It was like walking into the monster's house. And I spent like 2 days dusting this place down. And the computer slept for 2 months. I woke it up, and immediately it started downloading updates. And that took a day and another day, at least it seemed, to install them. It was crazy. So I said, this time around, I'm going to come in. I'm going to make sure to keep the shop clean, hang out in the back in the morning, and then like about 2, 3 o'clock, just lock it down and leave for the day. And it's working out well. Like I says, if it wasn't for this damn lockdown, it'd be great. So I'm playing it one day at a time. And like I said, I don't know when I'm going to get this van done. I might have somebody do it professionally. I don't know. I got to see how much that costs. Hopefully we'll find something to do and we can make a few interesting videos during this lockdown. They said 3 weeks. That's what they said last time. Now, last time they said, 14 days? And they said, let's go another 14 days. Let's go another 14 days. 2 months? 78 days. Unbelievable. Anyway, that's about it for now. We'll keep you informed. Thanks for stopping by, for tuning in, and we'll talk again.